Remember Slender games? Did you know they still get made? All the time? Even to this day? Yeah, I still find them. And I still don't enjoy them. But recently I did find one that I kind of enjoyed. Kind of.
Alright, to be honest, saying I enjoyed this game is a bit of an overstatement. This is a pretty average, forgettable little game, but I had to review something. I've been working on a big video for weeks and my channel always seems dead when I don't upload anything. In fact, from now on, whenever my channel seems dead, I'll just review a little horror game. I'll review a bunch of them. Sound good? Okay, good. So this is WICK. WICK is like a Slenderman game, except it doesn't have Slenderman in it, which is always a plus in my opinion. Basically, WICK is sort of a knockoff of the Slender formula, but with a few different gameplay mechanics, a new story, and a completely different enemy stalking you through the woods. In this case, killer ghost children. That beat the shit out of you! Yeah, that's more than Slenderman ever did. Honestly, I've never really found spooky children that scary in horror games, but anything that knocks you down when it catches you and starts repeatedly socking you in the face is more interesting than Slenderman any day in my book.
What was that?
Someone's out there.
Can we go back now?
Quiet.
Please?
We're here. Don't take the blindfold off until we're gone. Good luck.
See you at 6 a.m.
So in the intro of the game, we hear a group of teenagers talking who are apparently about to go into the woods and play a game they call WICK, where one person holds a candle blindfolded and walks through a forest believed to be haunted by ghosts. Also, the voice acting.
Leave her alone. You've done enough damage for one night.
I told you there was something out there.
I wonder what happened before the cops got there.
I wonder what happened before the cops got there. Maybe she died.
The gameplay of WICK is pretty basic. You walk around the woods, you collect things, you avoid creepy children, and you wait for the sun to come up. Pretty much the Five Nights at Freddy's survive until 6 a.m. thing, but mixed with Slender gameplay and given a few unique mechanics of its own. The most notable thing being the candles. All around the forest, there are candles sitting on the ground, and you can light them with matches, which you only have a very limited number of each night. The candles go out fast, but you always need to be burning them, or the children will appear twice as often. Because they're afraid of candles, apparently. I'll admit, the candle burning does give the game a bit more tension and involvement than your average Slender the 8 Pages clone. You'll find yourself rushing around panicking to make sure you have access to the nearest candle, all the while dreading having to run from children whenever they finally decide to drop in and make their spooky little noises. Now, you'd imagine the ghost children would get old fast, and they do. But here's the thing that I actually think is kinda cool about this game. Every night, the children change. Yeah, in pretty much every level, a new child is introduced. First, the masked kid that wants to punch you in the face. Second, a floating pajama-wearing girl that screams on the top of her lungs when she runs into you. And finally, on the third level, the scariest kid comes about. A freaky, fast-moving, crooked-faced boy that twitches and makes weird croaking monster noises while shifting through the air. Alright, this kid actually scared me. I'll admit it. The only way to not get killed by him is to look away from him when he's chasing you, but it's actually a bit difficult because he tries to get directly in your face every time. Poor kid just wants a friend. But not me. I won't be your friend, slanty face. But yeah, aside from this, there isn't much else to say. WICK gets pretty repetitive pretty fast, and frankly it's just not my kinda game. I can't say I'm glad I spent money on this, but hey, it did manage to scare me for like 15 minutes before I got bored. But it scared me with unique, well-animated creations, which is something I'll always appreciate in a horror game. And it's worth mentioning that it did present itself well, building on the Slenderman formula by giving us more than one monster, and decent polish. There's even a bit of extra content in the game. If you collect all the hidden objects scattered about the woods, you can actually unlock a secret ending and learn more about the story, about what happened to the kids. It's not that interesting in my opinion, but all these little touches, I think they're a step in the right direction for this kind of game. So good job, WICK. You were decently entertaining.
Should have brought an electric candle.